Hello, and welcome back to Embodied Astrology. This is a weekly series where I share practical teachings and intuitive messages about the astrology of the week ahead so that you can work with it to embody your most authentic self and live your best life. There are three distinct energies that you need to know about this week. Along with each of these transits, I have some advice, some hot takes, if you will, about what exactly I think is going on and how you can work with it to tap into this specific energy and use it as fuel, use it as inspiration to become even more authentically you. And all of this is happening at the very beginning of the week. So lots going on Monday into Tuesday. We start the week off with a full moon in Capricorn. And I want this full moon to be so good. I mean, if you guys know me, you know I'm for Capricorn energy. But when I look at the quality of this full moon and I sat in meditation and asked what you guys need to know about this, I get the sense that this full moon is really forcing us to look at our progress on something that we are working on, and even to look at our approach about how we are working on something. This full moon is about being realistic. It's a reminder of the importance of sustainability and patience. I think a really important question to ask yourself as we look at this full moon is like, where might you be overextending yourself? Where might you be overcomplicating things or even getting in your own way? It's this reminder that although we are anxious to accomplish something, Capricorn is such a sign of ambition and striving. And it feels like this full moon is here to remind us that sometimes the goalpost that we're trying to reach like moves or it changes, or we're on a journey where we never fully arrive. And that is totally okay. Like Capricorn wants to check things off the list and like move on to the next challenge. And I think this full moon is here to remind us that sometimes the journey that we're on is lifelong. It's not about arriving somewhere or accomplishing something. It is about this sustainable day in, day out practice. And that is the point. And so if there's something that you've been working on specifically over the last 6 months, and you want to take a step back and just see, is my process realistic? Am I doing this in a way that feels sustainable? Where am I feeling frustrated about this? How do I want to regroup? Trying to distance yourself from the impatience or the frustration and just looking at things from a very logical, practical, sustainable lens feels like the move. On Monday, we have Mercury stationing retrograde in Cancer, and Mercury retrogrades happen a few times a year. They're pretty commonplace. And just as a reminder, when Mercury stations retrograde, we just want to make sure that we're double, triple checking our communications, our calendar. We want to make sure that we're where we are when we're supposed to be there. This is just a period of a few weeks where things might go a little bit wonky, and we just want to go with the flow and be along for the ride. With this Mercury retrograde happening in Cancer, we are pulling in Cancerian themes. So sensitivity, emotional intuition, home, family, roots, belonging. And it's possible that the way that we talk about, think about a lot of these themes might be coming up for review for you. You might find yourself to be particularly sensitive during this time. And if you find yourself in this place, my advice is to try to not come from a place of reactivity. Cancer is a sign that is super protective. It's very sensitive, and it is a sign that will fight for the little guy. It's like this mama bear kind of energy comes out. I highly encourage you to take a beat, to process whatever it is that you're feeling and sensing before you actually act on it. So whether that is writing in a journal about all the things that you're sensing and kind of making sense of your thoughts on paper, whether it's like sitting in the bathtub, taking a shower, letting those emotions and feelings kind of wash over you and really just riding the wave of what it is that you're feeling, letting yourself come back to that place of groundedness and processing before you react. Because I have a feeling that we're going to be tested a little bit. We're going to be tried a little bit during this Mercury retrograde through Cancer. And so don't let your emotions get the best of you. You want to listen to them. You want to honor them, sit with them, but make sure you fully feel them before you respond. On the very tail end of Monday, moving into Tuesday, we have Jupiter entering Leo. Jupiter is wrapping up its year-long transit through Cancer. A really important quality about the planet Jupiter that I want to remind you of is that Jupiter, of course, yes, is about like luck and abundance and expansion and all of these things, but Jupiter is also about magnifying. And by magnifying something, we gain wisdom on it. We gain clarity. We get a better understanding. We kind of get into the heart of it. And so when I think about Jupiter's transit through Cancer over the last year, and Cancer being this sign of home and belonging and community in our neighborhoods, I think all of those themes were really put under the microscope over the last year. When I look at Jupiter in Leo, of course, you know, there's takes on this about it's like your glow up, it's everybody's main character energy type of year. But I get the sense that what we are supposed to learn from this year-long transit of Jupiter in Leo is this importance of feeling seen and recognized. Of course, there are shadow sides of Leo where it's like the Leo just wants external validation and does things for the laughs and for the applause. And we can validate ourselves all day long, but at the end of the day, we all have this human need of feeling seen and feeling recognized. And so my practice for you as Jupiter enters Leo is to really listen and to really notice the people in your life and the things that they're doing that are awesome, and to recognize them for them, to give them a compliment, to say, hey, I saw the way you were working so hard on this thing. I think that's so awesome. Or, hey, the way you've been showing up for me as a friend has been so important and so meaningful, and I really appreciate you. And just as we are going to make this practice of acknowledging other people for their wins and for their efforts, we're going to do the same thing for ourselves. The weekly practice of looking back at the ways in which you were able to be generous with your time, the ways in which you're able to show love, the things that you were able to create, the fun you were able to have, and recognizing yourself for those really special efforts that you are putting into your day-to-day life, and just taking a minute to celebrate that. I think the best Leos that I know have this understanding that there is no scarcity or limitations when it comes to people being awesome and doing awesome things. There is this sense of like the spotlight is big enough for all of us, and they're not shy to compliment you or to recognize you when you've done something worthy of celebration. And so my advice for all of us is to really just take that to heart as Jupiter starts this transit through Leo for the year, to recognize people in their awesomeness and to compliment them and to celebrate them, and also to do that for yourself too. And that's it for this week's video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so curious to hear how all this astrology lands for you, so go ahead and leave a comment below. If you're feeling a little bit disconnected from yourself and you want to reconnect with your authentic self and discover your unique potential through the lens of your birth chart, go ahead and book a True You astrology reading with me. My books are open for July, and I cannot wait to help you unpack all the astrology of the summer and see how you want to work with it to really feel so much more connected to who you are and express yourself more authentically. Thanks again for watching. Happy full moon in Capricorn, happy Mercury retrograde, and happy Jupiter in Leo. I will see you back here next week.